Hello everyone! Our next lesson in math will be about operations of sets. Still, naagyapon ni sa lesson 1.1 sa ato nga set lesson. So last meeting we discussed already about the different nga mga terms nga ginagamit nato sa atong pag-study sa sets. And then we discussed also what a well-defined set is all about. Unsay difference niya kung dili well-defined. And then we have finite and infinite. Ato po na nga gi-differentiate. And also the methods of writing set. So to recall, ang atong methods of writing sets, we have first the roster method or gitawag na to nga listing method. And the second one is the set builder notation. So that is, you are given the list of elements, then you are going to describe this set of elements as a whole. So karon, we'll move on sa ato nga lesson to operations of sets. Before we'll continue, let's get to know first Venn diagram. So ang Venn diagram ato ning gamiton sa ato ang pag-operate sa set para mas makita nato ang iyaha nga kanang distribution of elements as well as the shaded portion sa final answer. So ang Venn diagram is a diagram representing mathematical or logical sets pictorially as circles or closed curves within an enclosing rectangle, which refers to the universal set. Common elements of the sets being represented by the areas of the overlap among the circles. Venn diagram was introduced by John Venn in 1880. Until today, they are used to teach elementary set theory as well as to illustrate simple set relationships in probability, logic, statistics, linguistics, and computer science. As you can see, diha sa picture, mao na siya ang hitsura sa Venn diagram. Later, ato nang magamit sa ato ang operation of sets. Union of sets. If A and B are sets, the union of A and B, denoted by A union B, so look at the symbol being used. So mura siyag U pero dili gyud butangan og kanang ikog ha kay dili man na siya U. It's union. So A union B is the set of all elements that are either in A, in B, or in both. In symbols, it is in A union B equals to the set of all X such that X is an element of A or X is an element of B. In simpler nga definition, ang A union B is all the elements nga naa sa A o sa B, you write them all together, so mao na ang ilang gitawag og union of A and B. So from the word union, imo lang tipuon. So imo ilista tanan. And then mao na siya. So in symbol or representation sa Venn diagram, so mao ni siya, we have the box there and then the shaded area dinhaa which are the sets of A and B. So gi-shade sila ang tanan. It denotes that our answer are all the elements nga naa sa A ug naapod sa B. For example, you are given with the following. So we have a universal set has the elements of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. And we have the following subsets: A, we have 1, 2, and 3, B, 2, 3, 5, 7, C, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and D, 0, 4, 6, 8. When we say universal set, it's kind of a large set in which naapoy uban nga mga set, gitawag na to siyang subsets, nga ang mga elements are all part of the elements in the universal set. So mga gitawag na siya o maong gitawag siya universal. Now, for example, you're given this sets to solve or to operate. A union B. So, you write here the symbol A union B. Then, list all the elements in A. Then, union all the elements in B. Then, A union B equals Try to list all the elements in A and B in one set. Tapos, pag namoy makitaan nga, nagbalik-balik, you write it once only. So, kausara ni mo isuwat, dili na po ni mo balik-balikon og suwat. So, this is why our answer is 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7. After sa solution, atong himuon is to represent our solution in Venn diagram. So, sa Venn diagram, we use circles and rectangle to represent our sets. Sa atong nga given, so, kanang ibabaw din ha is called universal. Di ba, gingnan to yung universal set. So, sa universal set na to, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. So, mo na yung elements. So, ang atong universal set is represented by this rectangle. So, kana siya diha. So, ato ning butangan diri sa corner og capital U for universal. Now, ang ato ang gisog ko kanina is A union B. So, ang ato nga A, going back sa ato ang given ka kanina is 1, 2, and 3. Ang iya nga elements. Sa B, on the other hand, it's 2, 3, 5, and 7. So, mauna siya ang ato nga elements sa B. Now, naman tayo duha ka set or subsets no sa ato universal. So, duha ka circle. So, we'll label our circle. So, ato nga i-label gyud ha. A for one circle and B for another circle to represent our sets A and B. Yun. So, notice na tayo overlapping portion diri A. So, what we are going to do first is to identify unsa nga mga elements ang common to A and B. So, tumakit-a na tay 2 ug 3 nga parehong nasa A ug nasa B. Mautoy atong ibutang dinhi sa overlapping portion. So, we'll write here 2, 3. Bisag asa lang nga portion basta inside sa overlapping portion. Unya, pwede po na sila nga magtapad lang sila as long as dili sila maporma as 23 because kaya nang si 2, 3 are separate man nga number. So, dili pwede nga taparon ninyo to look like 23. And another thing, bagsuat ganita o sa Venn diagram og mga elements, wala na'y gamiton nga mga kama. Kanang kama, ato lang nang gamiton sa pag-list sa elements sa ato nga using sa roster method. So, now, after writing the common nga mga elements, so we have, unsa naman hibilin sa A, nga wala masuwat din hiya. So, we have 1 na lang. So, you write 1 inside A but not on the overlapping portion. And how about B? Unsa na lang hibilin? We have 5 and 7. Bisag asa lang sad. Now, mauna ni siya, si A, 1, 2, 3, si B, 2, 3, 5, 7. So, sa atong universal, di ba, ato man nag-enclose. Since si A o si B are subsets to universal, meaning ang ilang elements nasa universal, so tawag silang subset, so they are inside the universal set. So, ato pong isuwat ang mga remaining elements nga naa sa universal but not in A and B na. So, unsa naman hibilin sa universal? We have 1, 2, 3. So, wala tayo 4. So, bisag asa lang ninyo ibutang 4. And then, we have 5. Wala pa tayo 6. 6. 7, 8. Wala tayo 8. We have 9. We have 0. So, now, kompleto na ang ato ang universal set. And nasuwatan nato tanan nga elements. So, what we are going to do last is to shade the answer. So, sa union, di ba, ang atong answer kaganina, the answer of A union B is A union B is equal to na to 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7. So, what we are going to do is atuan ni siyang i-shade din ha nga portion nga naa si 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7. Okay. So, sa atuan nga pag-shade, we'll use pencil lang. and then ballpen ang ato nga i-write sa ato nga diagram para maklaro gihapon nato unsa nga mga elements ang ato nga gi-shadean. So the shaded portion represents our final answer. Now, from what we solved, this will be our expected answers. So, mao ni ang imuha nga solution, kana 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. And this will be the Venn diagram to show what is A union B. So, again, as I've said in the video, sa discussion ka kanina, that if possible and mas maayo, nga inyong gamiton jud is ball pen on the diagram. So, kanang square, circles, elements, and the labels. Tapos, kanang sa shading, you use pencil para visible gihapon unsa nga mga elements ang sulod sa atong gi-shadean. Again, the shaded area represents our final answer. Unsa nang nas final answer mo na shaded nga mga elements. Another example, if we have A, union B, union C. So, there are 3 sets na nga involved karon. So, what we are going to do is take the operation from left to right. So, makuna ta sa A, union to B. Tayo nang ilang answer, union po nato sa C. So, we have A, 1, 2, 3, union with B, 2, 3, 5, and 7. Union to C, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Altogether, tanawa sa ilang mga elements. Tapos, write it in one set. Okay? Tungkol kay gitipo naman nato, union. And then, write only once kung na ay nagbalik-balik. So, our answer is 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 9. To represent it, or our operation in Venn diagram, so we have, again, we have the universal set, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. Tapos, ang atong operation nga atong i-solve a while ago, we have A union B, union C. So, we have tulo naman ka set. So, tulo pod ka circle lang ato ang i-draw. Inside the universal set represented by our rectangle. So, para mas dali na ito ma-identify ang mga elements to write on the diagram. So, ito isuwat ang elements of A. We have 1, 2, 3. B, 2, 3, 5, 7. And our C, which is 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So, first, if you notice, kani siya nga portion is, mao ni siya ang overlapping portion ni A, ni B, ug ni C. So, kani nga area. Okay? Dayon, ang kani nga area, kani siya, is the overlapping portion between A and B. Dayon, kani siya nga portion is B and C. And this portion as well is A and C. Now, first, ang atong nga buhaton is identify an element nga common ni A, ni B, ug ni C. So, looking at sa atong mga elements, natay usa nga common ni A, B, ug C, which is 3. Si 3, ato nang isuwat dinhi ang dapita. And then, ang common ni A o ni B, we have 2 and 3. Since na naman si 3 nasuwat din hiya nga portion, si 2 na lang at isuwat din hiyang dapita. Okay? Sa common ni A o ni B. How about B and C? So, B and C has common of 3, 5, and 7. Na naman si 3, so you write here 5 and 7. So, ayun ko kaganina, di ba? Pwede rin na sila magtapad as long as they are really separated enough to be identified as separate numbers. Nga si 5 o si 7, dili sila maghitsura as 57. Kay different number man sila. So, 5, 7. Pwede po paingon ana nga pagkasuwat. Any bisan asa ana din ha nga pagkasuwat. Then, si A ug si C. Si A ug C, we have 1 and 3. Since na naman si 3, din ha so si 1 na lang atong i-butang. Now, si A, ani nga portion nga number nga dili common ni A o ni C or ni A o ni B or nilang tulo, so anhi ibutang. So, atong matanawan inside the circle, nasuwat na si 1, 2, 3. So, wala na tayo ibutang din nga portion. So with B, na si 2, 3, 5, 7. And si letter C, we have 1, 3, 5, 7. So ang wala pa nasuwat niya is 9. So you write 9 here. Okay? Then after that, nasuwat na si A, B, C. So let's check unsang mga elements sa universal set ang wala pa sa A, B, C nga mga sets. So we have 1, 2, 3. So we have 4. Wala pa si 4 na suwat. So you write it outside the 3 circles but inside the rectangle. 4, 5, 6. Wala pa tayo 6. Bisan asa lang. Basta kay na ay lugar. Then 6, 7, 8. Wala pa sad. And then 9, then 0. So now, nanata, complete na ang tanan na itong elements sa universal and the 3 nga mga sets nga nasa atong operation. So what we are going to do is shade the final answer. Diba nga itong final answer, A union B union C equals to, ilan ganito? We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So, inyong tanawon sa atong Venn diagram, kana si 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 9, o asa na sila, which is, ang atuan nga A, B, o C, tanan nga mga elements, so mo ito itong shadean. So, atong shadean ang tibok A, B, C, and A, B, C only di ay. Wala na D. Okay. So, we have here. So, as I've said, our shaded part represents our final answer. So, this is now our answer. So, we have the solution here, dire sa left side, and our Venn diagram nga representation dire sa right side. So, again, shaded area represents our final answer. Intersection of sets. If A and B are sets, the intersection of A and B, denoted by A intersection B, look at the symbol being used. So, it's like the union nga gibali. So, it's the set of all elements that are in both A and B. In symbols, A intersection B equals to all set of all x such that x is an element of A and x is an element of B. So, ang union of sets, so ang elements sa tanan nga sets. Kani siya, ang intersection of sets, ang iyaha is, unsa ang common, meaning, ang elements nga naa lang sa A o sa B pareho. Okay? So, meaning, intersection, it is the point nga nag-meet ang duha ka sets. So, in Venn diagram nga representation, so mao ni siyang hitsura. Look at the shaded area. It's the overlapping portion or section sa duha ka circles. So kana siya nagrepresent sa common nga elements between A and B. Still with the same given. So mao gyapon ang ato nga given, no? So if B intersection C, so unsa man ang ato ang answer ana? So you write B intersection C. B is 2, 3, 5, and 7. Intersection to C, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Now, look at the two sets. Unsa nga mga numbers ang naa nila pareho. So, numbers nga the same. Nasa B, naapod sa C. So, our answer is B intersection C equals 3, 5, and 7. So now, to represent our answers in Venn diagram, so answer sa B intersection C. So, again, ang ato universal set, mao na siya, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. Ang ato ang operation, nasa B intersection C. So, B, ang elements niya are B, we have 2, 3, 5, and 7. Okay? And our C has 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So, we have B intersection C. Ato nga, duha lang kaset ang ato nga gi-operate. So, we have two circles, B and C. Now, again, with the overlapping portion, so we have, unsa may ato ang common nga element between B and C. So we have here 3, 5, and 7. So you write here 3, 5, 7. What is left in B? Nga dili kaya na ang common ni B ug ni C. So we have 2. You write 2 here. And then sa C, unsa na nila hibilin? So we have 1 and 9. So, unsa may nasa universal nga wala sa B o sa C. So, wala pa nato nasuwat sa universal. 1, 2, 3. So, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 0. So, nadinhaa. So, now, ang shaded part na to. So, intersection naman. So, the common, di ba nga itong B intersection C equals to, unsa to lang common nila, di ba intersection is kapariho nga elements sa B o ni C. So we have 3, 5, and 7. Di ba nga itong shaded area or shaded part sa itong Venn diagram represents our answer. Therefore, kanila nga portion ng ato nga i-shade. Okay. So, from our solution, so mauna ni siya nga itong answer. We have here the solution we had sa katong pag-write sa elements, as well as the Venn diagram showing the shaded area nga 3, 5, and 7, the same sa atong final answer sa atong nga gi-solve. Example, A intersection D. So, A has the elements of 1, 2, and 3. Intersection to D has 0, 4, 6, and 8. So, look at the two sets kung nabay common nga elements between the two of them. And as we can see, wala tayong makitaan nga pariha sa ilaha. Therefore, A intersection D is a null set. Or, you can write it in symbol nga kana siya. Or, kanipon nga empty nga parentheses. I mean brace. A intersection D. So, we have here A is equal to 1, 2, and 3. Then our D has the elements of 0, 4, 6, and 8. Now, so again with sa ato nga intersection, so, unsa man ang mga elements nga common to A and D, meaning naa ni A, naapod ni D. So, what we can see here, wala. Okay, wala tayong makitaan nga pariho. 1, 2, 3, 0, 4, 6, 8. So, wala tayong ibutang diri nga portion. So, ang tanan nga, wrong ang ato nga label sa ato ang circles. Let's change this to A and D. Okay, here we go. So, ang tanan nga A, ibutang nato diri outside the overlapping area, 1, 2, and 3. Same with letter D, we have 0, 4, 6, 8. Okay. So, the intersection, the shaded area here is the intersection of the two sets, which is wala tay common nga elements. Kani siya, ato gyapong i-shade nga portion because that represents that our A intersection D is a null set. Or you can have it as A intersection D equals kana siya, a null set. Walay nasa sulod. Dili pwede nga null set butang nimo diri as sulod sa parentheses. Okay? So our answer will be mao ni siya nga atong gisolve kaganiha sa pag-write sa elements. Tapos, we have also our Venn diagram form. We have the shaded area nga naa sa overlapping section. Then, kana siya nga portions sa atong sets, walay elements tungod kay ang atong answer is a null set. So, again, our shaded nga portion will correspond to our final answer. Another example, A intersection B union D. So, there are instances that we use more than one operation on sets. And sa ato sa kaninga case, so natay tulo ka set with two nga different nga operation. So what we are going to do is ato nga i-carry out ang operation gikan sa left hangtod sa right. Except na lang kung naay nakasulod o parentheses. Because in that case, kung naa kanay parentheses, we need to operate first sa naa sulod sa parentheses, usa pa nato i-operate siya with the other nga wala sa sulod sa parentheses. Later, so naputay example about that. So A intersection B first. So 1, 2, 3 intersection to 2, 3, 5, and 7. So ang ilahang kapariha since intersection man is 2 and 3. So mao ni siya sa ubos. Then ato na siyang union to D, which is our last set, which is 0, 4, 6, 8. So our answer is 0, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. For A intersection B union D, we have the following Venn diagram to represent the operation. So first we have our A is equal to, our B has the element of 1, 2, and 3. Our B, on the other hand, has 2, 3, 5, and 7. And our D has 0, 4, 6, and 8. Now, since we have 3 sets involved, so naatay tulo ka circle. So you can have or label this one as A, this is B, this is D. So, pwede ra og na ang bisan asa si A, bisan asa si D, as long as ang inyong hapon nga placement sa inyong nga elements, inyong harapod na nga ma-adjust. Okay, now, say again, our rectangle represents our universal set. So first, identify a common nga element sa 3. So this portion mo to niya nga tuwa nga common nga element of the 3 sets A, B, and D. But since as you look at, wala tay kapariha nga element sa tulo ka set. So wala tay ibutang din here portion. Next, we have to identify the common elements of A and B. So sa A and B, we have 2 and 3. So you write here 2 and 3. On B and D, we have wala. So wala tay B and D. And on A and D, we have wala sad. So what is left here is, or what is left on A is, wala na suwat is 1. So you write it on this portion. On B, na naman tayo 2 o 3, so we have 5 and 7. And on D, wala man tayo nasuwat pabisan usa, so ato isuwatanan on this portion lang. Wag dili pwede din dapita kay overlapping portion man na siya. So that is 0, 4, 6, 8. So, we are done with the 3 sets. So, atong tanawon unsay kulang to complete the universal set. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, wala pa tayo 9. So, you write 9 here. Okay. Or any part of the universal set. Dili lang sulod sa circle. Now, our answer, kaya ato naman nag-solve sa a while ago. So, ang atong answer sa A, intersection B, union D is equal to 0, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. So, as I have said, sa ato ang Venn diagram, we are going to shade the portion that represents our final answer. So, here we have 2, 0, 2. So, 0, 2, 3. So, 4, 6, 8. Or entire sa letter D plus 2 and 3. So, ato ni siyang i-shade nga portion din hiya. And then, kana siya diha. Okay? So, mao na siya nga atong A intersection B union D. And this will be our answer sa katong written form o sa katong Venn diagram form. Now, notice the shaded area. So, corresponding gihapon siya sa atoa nga answer sa atong gi-write. Gisolve. So, 2, 3, 0, 4, 6, 8. So, mao na siya. Last operation of set is the complement of sets. Complement of set A denoted by A complement or kanang A to the power of C, that is read as A complement or complement of A, or A prime. So kanana ang naay murag apostrophe sa ibabaw sa letter. It's the set of elements of universal set U that are not in set A, where A is a subset to U. So, in diagram form, Venn diagram, so mao ni siya. Ang atong shaded nga portion is outside A, since the complement of A are the elements nga naa sa universal except sa naa sa A. Okay. Example, we have D prime or complement of D. So, D equals 0, 4, 6, 8. So, mauna siya ang nasa atong given, no? So, when we say complement of D or D prime, so these are the elements in the universal except 0, 4, 6, and 8. That is why our D prime is 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9. The Venn diagram of D prime. So, D prime, so that is, or a complement of D. So, we know that D has the elements of 0, 4, 6, 8. So, kana siya nga original set sa D, mo na siya atong maging basis sa ato ang Venn diagram. Okay, now, so this is only one circle because usa lang man ka set ang ato ang naa sa operation. So, we'll label this as set D. So, unsay sulod sa set D? So, muna si 0, 4, 6, and 8. Now, outside sa D, ang katong mga nahibiling nga number sa universal, which ang include sa 1, 2, 3, so, pauban, 5, 6, 7, 8, so, 9. Okay. So, we know, sa ato ang na-solve na previously, so, ang D prime nato is equal to the number in the universal except sa set D. So, meaning, tanan kani nga number na outside the na ang circle nga nag-represent sa set D. So, that is 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9. So, the same po na sa ato nga i-shade din hiya sa ato nga Venn diagram, or ang ato nga i-shade is outside the circle. Okay, so that is our shaded area. This will be our answers. So we have the one we solve and the Venn diagram. So ang shaded part are the elements outside sa ato nga set D. So that's it. As I've said a while ago, there are times that we use multiple operations. So, naay time mogamit ta sa more than one nga operation, or in this case that I'm going to give you, we'll use the 3. Then, napoy time that we will use the grouping symbols like the parentheses. So, for example, B prime intersection the union of A and C. If you notice, ang atong union of A and C are enclosed in parentheses. Though naguna nila ang B prime intersection, pero tungod kay naka-enclose sila grouping symbols, we need to do this first. So, pwede po ilista na to daan ang B prime. So, we'll list first the B prime. B is 2, 3, 5, and 7. So, B prime are all the elements in universal nga dili or wala sa B. So that is 0, 1, 4, 6, 8, and 9. Then, karon atong unahon si A union C, we have 1, 2, 3 union 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So A union C has the answer of 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9. Now, ato nang i-intersect ang B prime o ang A union C. So B prime 0, 1, 4, 6, 8, 9 intersection to 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So B prime intersection the union of A and C equals to 1 and 9. B prime intersection the union of A and C. So in representing it in Venn diagram, ang ato lang nga kinahanglanon are the elements of the usual nga set sa A, B, and C. So to recall, our A is or has the elements of 1, 2, and 3. Our B has the elements of 2, 3, 5, and 7. And our C has the elements of 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So, again, kani silang tulo ato ning kuhaan first og common number. Common element. But before that, ato sa ding i-label ang ato ang diagram. U for universal set. This is A, this is B, and this is set C. Now, tanaw na to kung nabay common sa A, B, and C. So as you can see, so natay 3. So you write 3 here. Next, what's the common between A and B? Right here. So A and B, 2 and 3. Nanwantay 3, so we'll write 2 na lang. Diri. How about B and C? So B and C, so we have 3, 5, 7, and we have already 3. So you write here 5, 7. And then A and C, so we have 1 and 3. Since nanatay 3, so we'll write 1. Then sa letter A, napabatay element nga wala nasuwat inside the circle? So wala na. So we will not write any number on this portion. Tapos, how about B? 2, 3, 5, and 7. Nasuwat na siya tanan din hiya. So wala na sa tayo suwat diri. And C, we have 1, 3, 5, 7. So napatay 9 nga wala na suwat. So we'll write it here, 9. Then, check na to universal. Unsa pa, universal set. Unsa pa nga number ang wala pa nato masuwat insa with the 3 circles that represents our sets. So we have 1, 2, 3. Wala pa tayo 4. So you write it here 4. 5. Wala pa tayo 6. Write here 6. Then 7. Wala pa tayo 8. We have 8. 9. Tapos wala tayo 0. Write 0 here. Okay, now. Sa ato nga gisolve previously, so ang ato nga answer on this operation is equal to 1 and 9 only. So, payo 1 and 9, di ba, ang ato ingon, we are going to shade the portion that represents our answer. If you notice, the diagram or the placement of the elements, it is the same with the previous one. Nato nga gisolve nga katong union with intersection. So, kani siya maura gyud na iya nga pagka-plaster. The only difference is basta kay ABC nga the same given, parihara na siya pagka-plaster. Ang difference lang nila is the shaded area. Because line-line man sila answer, because line-line man sila operation. So, ang shaded area lang ang mag-differ. So, in this case, 1 of 9. So, the shaded nga portion is just this part. So, this is our answer sa atua nga problem. So, we have the written one and then we have our Venn diagram. So, on this case, so again, look at the shaded area. So, pareho siya sa atua nga final answer. I guess that would be all for the operations of set. And I hope nga makatabang ni ninyo nga video discussion as you are going to answer all our activities. Reminder to everyone and an advice also that be patient sa pag-study ani nga subject. I understand na ang uban dili kaayo dali makasabot sa pagtan-aw lang kausa sa video or pag-read lang sa books sa mga examples na sa books. So we truly understand that this is difficult for every one of us. So I hope that you are going to be patient. Do not be discouraged easily. So ayaw mo ka get frustrated easily. Sa mathematics, we might not understand its usefulness at the moment, at that certain time, but it's more on a test of character. So the recording of this video is not easy either. So so it's a lesson for me as well that this subject is difficult from the making of it until sa paghatag sa inyo ha, pag-answer sa inyo ha. So just be patient, okay? So just be patient. So you can ask me for clarifications. Namoy gusto nga kana ang ipangutana, you can ask me through messenger or you can call me through my contact. As long as vacant ko ana, there will be no problem. So that would be all. Thank you. Have fun with our math activities.